Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and I am here to give you my review of Halo, the Paramount Plus series. Now, I only have a review for the first episode, but I feel like usually I review the first two episodes, so maybe I'll watch the second episode and come back with another reaction. Now, a Halo movie / show has been in the works for damn near 20 years. Maybe even longer than that. I mean, since the first Halo, they've been trying to figure out a way to turn this into a movie, turn this into something. It's had so many people attached to it. It's been an HBO Max. It's been an HBO show. It was rumored to be an HBO show. It was rumored, like Spielberg has been attached to this. Like Steven Spielberg has been attached to turn this into a film. Like it's been attached to some of the biggest people. And video game movies and video game shows in general aren't easy. As you know, I didn't even bother going to see Uncharted. I was just like, nah, I'm good. But you know how it is right now. Outside of a few video game movies that have actually stood out for different reasons. Of course, you got the old school Mortal Kombat, which stands out their OG 90s Mortal Kombat. That stands out for just being, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. You know what I mean? It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. And then you got things like Detective Pikachu, and you got things like Sonic, which Sonic 2 is coming out soon. And then you got, like I said, Uncharted just came out. There have been multiple Tomb Raiders. There have been multiple Hitman movies. There have been a lot of them. A lot of bad movies. Of course, the infamous, terrible Mario Brothers movie that was terrible. You get the Resident Evil franchise. They pumped out a couple things. They just had a new movie come out not that long ago. They got a new show about to come out on Netflix, Resident Evil show, so I'll definitely post up a review for that. Video game movies don't have a good track record. They got Warcraft, which, in my opinion, Warcraft wasn't even terrible. It was just and video game movies usually end in two departments. Either A, it is so far removed from the actual source material that you don't act it shouldn't even be, the plot is so different and whatnot that it's almost like you just took the video game sleeve of this game franchise and put it over the plot of some other movie. You know what I mean? You got things like the Doom movie, with The Rock in it. There's things like that where it's dude, some of the Hitman movies felt like that, where it's just this does not feel like any of the video games at all. There are references and little tidbits to things from the game, but this isn't the game. You got Mario Brothers, where it's what the fuck is this? This isn't anywhere near the game. In my personal opinion, the closest movie that really did a good job of paying homage to the game and being like it could be in the world of the game / the anime is Detective Pikachu. I mean, I've had some good ones. The first 10 minutes of Sonic the Hedgehog, I thought were great. The first 10 minutes where Sonic's in that land and it looks cool, the rings and everything. I'm like, oh, that is cool. Kinda becomes, just like the Smurf movie after a while, human and whatnot, but still. But I digress. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this Halo movie. Now, Halo is another one of those. It's pretty much the biggest. It's the biggest franchise in Xbox history. Master Chief is an iconic character. I mean, the dude has statues. He has statues in places, bro. Man, he's one of those iconic characters. He's right up there with Mario, Sonic, and Link, and he's right up there with the top dogs. Of a well recognizable character. He's really that big of a deal. And the video game franchise has had its ups and downs. I was never the biggest Halo fan, just to put that out there. So I played the original games, but I never could quite get into them all that much. And I played some of them. It's kind of funny. I've played all of them, but I've never actually beaten any of them because I've never gotten into them as much because the story of Halo was never that super appealing to me. But when I was younger, maybe if I go back and play them again, I've always been pondering going back and playing them again. Maybe I'll go back and play the original trilogy, but I never did. But I knew how big the game franchise was. I knew that the game pretty much revolutionized that and Modern Warfare. Halo, no games have done more for the online multiplayer mode than Halo and Modern Warfare, and those games really pushed it and really showed what the online online stuff could be, what online competitive gaming could be, and Like, so Halo has this rich history, and it's kind of been in the dumps a bit. There was a lot of stuff around Infinite. I played Infinite. I didn't mind Infinite. You know, it had a little bit of an open world quality to it. Infinite was kind of fun. I kind of got bored with it real quick, though. I haven't even finished that. I got bored with Infinite real quick, but I digress. I didn't even bother reviewing it because I was just like, I didn't finish it. I didn't even get anywhere near. I kind of got bored with it. But anyways, the Halo franchise has been through a lot. And like I said, they've been trying to make this into a movie or a show for better part of 2 decades, over 2 decades. And now Paramount Plus has it. This show is the biggest show Paramount Plus has. There is nothing else on Paramount Plus that even is in the same stratosphere in terms of budget, in terms of like what they're going for. This show is supposed to be, and I hate to say this because I know some people are saying you shouldn't compare, but this show is supposed to be for Paramount Plus what The Mandalorian was for Disney Plus. So, does it stack up to that? It doesn't. While there are certain aspects about the show that I do enjoy, there are certain sci-fi aspects, and when the CGI is good, it really is good. Like near the tail end of the show, when you see Reach, and you see that Reach, and you see the station and whatnot, and you see the ships, the CGI looks really good. But like from the beginning, like I just gotta get this out of the way. The first battle you see with Master Chief and I guess Silver Squad or whatever fighting is it the Covenant or the Flood? I always forget the name. I always forget. I think they're the Covenant. Is it the Covenant? I'm sorry, Halo fans. Like I say, I don't really watch. Either way, the aliens. When you see them fighting those aliens, first of all, the CGI on the aliens is bad. To me, it's bad because if you watch it, their movements are so inorganic. I don't know if you guys remember. It's like have you ever seen something where they'll put a CGI or an animated character inside of a real life scenario and it's clear that they're not actually there? That's what I mean. Their movements are just so I don't know how much budget they had to make this, but I don't like the way the aliens look. They look so unnatural and so like they don't fit into the environment. It's like, I don't know, maybe you had to come up with a better design, but it just doesn't fit in the environment. Even the way the weapons look are CGI. The movements of Master Chief and the other Spartans when they start moving fast, look so unrealistic. It's just so, the CGI in this, especially in that first battle, was some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in a show with a budget like this. I mean, granted, once it gets to the tail end, I go, well, maybe the budget went to doing all this CGI for the base and shit. Because that fight sequence was rough. Like, the way they were moving, like, it was cool, but it was like, there are parts of the CGI in this first episode that look like a 2002 video game. No, it looks like a cutscene in a 2002 video game, in an old Xbox original video game. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is happening? There is a sequence. I shit you not. It's already on the internet. At a certain point, Master Chief throws his gun to the ground. And it is the most jarring thing I have ever seen. I was like, what the fuck was that? It was just like, tap, tap. Like, it was a CGI gun. And I agree with someone who commented on that scene. Why didn't they just have him throw an actual replica gun on the ground? Oh, obviously you see some people go, oh, well, that's expensive. I'm sorry. We're not paying. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure a replica gun that shit don't cost $1 million. We got plenty of other shit around here. It just doesn't look right. Like, and the whole battle sequence didn't look right. And I didn't even catch this until someone put it out. At a certain point, someone is holding one of the prop guns. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's a prop gun, so it looks like a real gun. No, it's a prop gun that looks absolutely nothing like the actual gun. It's like, looks like a wooden gun they're holding. And it's for a split second, but when you notice it, you can't unsee it. There are so many sequences in that first episode that I'm sitting there like, who the fuck let this go out? Like, who let this go out? But I digress. That already kind of gave it a bad taste in my mouth. Just up top with those sequences, the way the CGI worked, the way it looked, and I was just like, oh my god, if this is gonna be how it's gonna look when they're doing action stuff, this is gonna be a long fucking day. Even the way, even the way the gun shot, even the way it's shot visually, it's shot like a expensive fan film. That's what it's shot like. It is shot like a really, really expensive fan film. Like, even the tent, even the way, the visual stylings of the tent, it feels like that. A couple years ago, Nathan Fillion came out with his own fan film of him being Nathan Drake from Uncharted. And it was a really good fan film. That's how this show feels. This show feels like Nathan Fillion getting a couple millions of dollars together to make this fan film. That's what it feels like. Sometimes it just feels like a fan film. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, and I don't mean to compare this show to The Mandalorian. But, like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to have a Mandalorian level show. A show that's, like, massive. That will be the flagship. That will bring people on board off this show alone. And this ain't it, man. Even the plot itself, it's stereotypical stuff that you've seen in a billion sci-fis. Really. The young rambunctious girl who, you know, who needs help from the quiet and stoic hero who may or may not, this quiet stoic killing machine whose memories might have been erased, and he doesn't know who he is, and I discovered who I am, so I'm gonna rebel against my protocol. You know, like you've seen these, like there's most of the plot in this entire show is shit you've seen done better or shit you've seen done somewhere else. And I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know the Halo story. Maybe this is closely related to the actual Halo story. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. All I know is there's nothing new here. Nothing new here. The CGI and the action sequences are shit. Like, it's not like I said, like, I'm not sure, like, it's a sci-fi. And I'm into fantasy and sci-fi. That's my jam. That's what I love. So I will watch that shit no matter what. Love it. Love sci-fi. Love fantasy. And I've watched some really bad ones. So I'm gonna watch next week's episode to see how it goes. Or whenever it comes out, the next episode comes out. I'm gonna watch it to see how it goes. But as of right now, this show is not that good. It is not that good. I'm happy about the actor they got to play Master Chief a little. I mean, I like that actor. I loved him as I loved him in what was it? American Gods. But like, I'm like, we'll see. We shall see. As of right now, there's nothing that's very impressive about this show. There's nothing that's going on that would make me want to, be like, yay, Halo. And like, you got Paramount like touting that this is the most watched thing on their service. I hate to tell you this, Paramount. What else is there to watch on your service? What else is there to watch? If you can tell me that, then I'll tell you if I'm impressed or not. But like, hell, Yellowstone's not just on Paramount. Hell, Yellowstone's on fucking, I think it's on Peacock too. So even that's not only on there. But I digress. The first episode of Halo was very, very disappointing. It's so shockingly cheap looking. The CGI, like, clearly they had a budget for this. They had a very budget for a sizable budget for this, and there are certain sequences that shows it, and there are certain sequences that feel like they rushed this out, that they did not want to take their time to do this, and I really hope they're not just resting on the laurel on the name of Halo and thinking that well, that'll get enough numbers, that'll be enough, because that's what it feels like. This is a rough start. Rough start's being nice. I give the first episode of Paramount's Halo a 5 out of 10. Anyway, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Woo! Boy, that CGI at the beginning. What the fuck was going on? See you guys again. Have a good one, people. Please remember to like, subscribe.